with my two centers. Man, I'm back. I'm back. Really been trying to think of content on what I wanted to, discuss. A couple of things I wanted to talk about, but I just went on ahead and just let that pass. But what I want to talk about today, voters are dumb. And me, a personal thing with me, is that for a while, I've really been trying not to call people dumb or stupid. But it's been extremely hard simply because people always do things to be called dumb or stupid. Now, why I'm saying voters are stupid, now, not all voters, but a good majority of them. Especially during the internet and social media age. People believe anything that they want to hear. Anything that they read. It's amazing to me. I can't literally wrap my head around it, is that people will literally read something and believe it no matter how ridiculous that it may be. I'm about to play a clip for you now. Watch this.
Trump said election day voter fraud would be rampant and urged supporters to watch the polls.
Go around and look and watch other polling places.
I headed to a Trump rally to meet these brave volunteers and find out what they'd be looking for.
Mr. Trump has been talking about watching the polls for voter fraud. What should we be watching for?
Puerto Ricans and Hispanics in there voting several times.
Oh, really? Puerto
yeah.
Ricans and Hispanics?
Hispanics.
What is it about the Puerto Ricans?
They're not immigrants. They're invaders. They're Hispanic Romans,
Wow.
invaders. I maintain brought here by the Roman hierarchy.
Wow.
And it's not just them, it's going to be others that are going to do it. Hispanics, blacks, left-wing, socialist, communists, pro-homosexual, pro-black, anti-white, gun-grabbing, pro-Muslim, all these different factions.
Are you going to use your whip?
Now you see that nonsense. Dude is literally going to say that Puerto Ricans are invaders. Puerto Rico is part of the United States. It's not a state. It's the United States territory. So you don't need a passport to go to Puerto Rico, and Puerto Ricans don't need a passport to come to the mainland or move or anything, because it's part of the United States. Same thing with Guam. Same thing with the American Virgin Islands, U.S. Virgin Islands. I'm sorry. So that's what I'm talking about. Dumb voters. Now, again, this has nothing to do with if you voted for Trump or Hillary. That's your personal preference. If that was truly your candidate, no problems whatsoever. What I have a problem with, and the people who I'm calling dumb voters, or the people who get their information from Facebook, from Wikipedia, from satirical websites such as The Onion, basically clickbait. And that's what it is. I seen a woman who said that 3 million people voted legally in California. And she seen it on Facebook. She couldn't quote the actual source. That's unbelievable to me. And she was an older lady. And to me, that's irresponsible. It's irresponsible of you to pass the information along because you're going to influence someone else. There's been no proof whatsoever that voter fraud has happened. And believe it or not, even though Hillary won a popular vote, Trump still won an electoral vote. And it's not like it's unprecedented, because Gore won the popular vote and George Bush won an electoral vote. At the end of the day, it happens. She just so happened to won by the largest amount in history. That's what it seems like. But anyway, I just feel like people need to really pay attention. I really pay attention to who I want to vote for. I'm not going to vote for someone simply because they're Republican or they're Democratic. Like, I'll do my homework. I feel like people should do their homework and take voting seriously, and not just walking into the voting booths, picking all Democrats or picking all Republicans and feel like you did your civic duty. No, you do your civic duty by putting the best people in office that are supposed to be there. My personal opinion, that's how it should be. I would prefer for it to be that way. And like a story I want to tell you is that I recently heard someone say that they didn't vote for a candidate because this candidate was for raising taxes on cigarettes. they smoke cigarettes. That's the only thing they can tell you. And they voted for the other candidate because the other candidate said, I'm not for raising taxes on cigarettes. Well, he's got my vote. Is that it? Really? This other candidate had a lot of other good things about him. I'm not saying that the candidate that didn't want to raise taxes on cigarettes, like that person didn't have any good qualities, but you chose raising taxes on cigarettes. Not raising personal property taxes, not raising income taxes, raising state taxes, none of that stuff. But because he said, I don't want to raise cigarette taxes, you stuck on it like a leech and you voted for him. To me, those are dumb voters. If you disagree with me, fine. Tell me how you feel in the comments. Like, subscribe, share.